Hello, today what I'm going to be doing is investigating a valve issue on this Tricity Bendix washing machine. I've actually replaced the valves, both valves recently, inlet valves, and it turns out one of them is letting by now. The original problem was that one wasn't working at all, that was the cold valve. Now one of them is letting by, so I'm not sure which one that is until I pull it out and have a look. So the first thing is to pull it out and have a look. So what I've got here are the two inlet valves. I'll show you what they do. Water goes in there. You've got a live and a neutral, doesn't matter which way they go, goes through there, and this end will be attached to the soapbox cavity where it will fill into the drawer. So what normally happens is the piston inside here fails to open or close, or it gets scaled up and it lets by only a small amount, which is what this one is doing. These are actually the valves off the original valves off the machine. What I'm going to do now is try and diagnose which of the valves in the machine currently are at fault. So I need to take the lid off now. So here we are behind the machine. I'm just going to take the lid off. Could use a nut runner, but they are actually cross-head screws, so that was the closest thing to hand. Now I'm leaving the water connected. I'll show you why in a minute. The machine is unplugged as well for the moment. So now I've got the lid removed, I'll just bring you down. So these are the valves here. Like I said, the machine is unplugged. Go from here, water's connected at the back, comes through here and into this soapbox here where it will fit into the machine. What I need to do now is I'm going to unscrew this end here and this end here, and I'm going to have them both sitting in a jar, and then that'll tell me which one is leaking. So I've got my little dish here. Hopefully I can balance that in there and it'll be alright. Down there like that, that'll work. So there will be a little bit of pressure in there. And I'll put you on time lapse and we'll see how much this fills up. So it doesn't look like the valve I've just tested is at fault, which leads me on to believe that it's the cold valve which is a problem now, which I kind of suspected in the first place. Now, basically what happens here is the water comes in here and it goes through here, and we've got a diverter just out of shot. I'll just move you around. I've got a diverter here which basically, as you turn the dial, it changes compartments. So in that position it's in pre-wash. That there would be main wash, and that there would be fabric softener. So you can see the actuation there. Just find the off position again. That's off there. So the next thing I need to do is test to see if this one's leaking. So with this one, it's going to be a bit more awkward because of the spring in the way. I should be able to manage it though. I need to pry it off for a start. I can actually see, if I look down there, you can actually see the wetness. Now, could even be a hose that could be split, thinking about it. I better put that one on just in case. Oh, what's going on here? Put that back on. Very tight this is. I'm hoping. It's possibly what's caused it originally was me changing it over before and splitting a pipe possibly, but that's now off. There is water coming out of it. It now also goes through a little sleeve. I can show you hopefully like that. I think it goes through a sleeve. Yeah, it goes through a little sleeve here, so I need to pull it out of there and remove the clip. And I've got free access around here. So, off camera, I have confirmed that I'm fairly confident it's this cold valve that's leaking. It wasn't particularly obvious on camera, so I think it was due to the position of this hose. Basically, it was letting by, collecting in the bottom here and not coming out the tube. So what I'm going to do now, I'll show you a better view once I've removed the valve itself. First I'll unplug it. Put those wires like that. So what I'm doing now is removing somehow the cold inlet valve, cold inlet hose. Now I'm going to go and remove the valve from the top. Just try and push these in so that I can twist the valve round and out. It's not easy sometimes. I've got the valve out here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew the hose from the valve here. I don't think these have ever been off. Tight. There we go. Right, so that's the valve removed. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to reattach the water to the valve. It won't power up when I turn the water on. The only thing that should happen is it will show me if it's letting by or not, because there's no pressure in this at all now. I can shake it and shake it and shake it and nothing will come out. So I'm going to get my little dish again and I'm going to rest it on top of there, like that. I'm going to bring you in. So that's now on there like that. And now I'm going to turn the water on. So there's now pressure in that pipe. And you can see there should be able to see there. I can see from the other side. Yeah, you can see just down there, there is a puddle. No, it's definitely letting by. I just saw it come through that hole there. So now I've removed the valve. Here it is here. My thinking is, because the original cold valve is knackered, I'm hoping I can use the hot valve. If you can see, it's slightly differently shaped. Solenoid actually sits like that. It comes out this way rather than that way. So I'm hoping I can use the hose and get it right into shape. So I'll just do that now. So now my plan is to mount the inlet valve in there like that. Then the hose will come from here and it will go, if I can get it in there again, go in there, up there and into there. Possibly might have to trim it down. I'll see how we go. So if you're tightening one of these up and it has got a screw clamp like this, do make sure it is as tight as you can possibly get it without destroying anything, because there is a lot of pressure coming through here, as you know, and that is actually a smaller opening, so it'll be even worse. So do make sure they're tight if you ever do this for yourself. So I'm going to try and fit this now. I'll get it in like that. It should just click into place like that. Now I'm going to try and run it up through, whether you'll be able to see or not. Through here. Right, so I've managed to get that through the hole. I'm going to reattach the valve now. Attach that to that. Now it goes on there like that. Now, it doesn't matter if you use a hot valve on a cold supply or a cold supply on a hot supply on a cold valve, because all it's doing is transferring water. It's not going to destroy anything. It's literally just a solenoid inside that moves up and down. It's not going to ruin anything at all. So I'm going to try and get it on here first. This is going to be the awkward bit. That went better than I expected. That's on there. I'm going to screw this up so it's nice and tight. with fitting the valve. I'll just move the camera closer in a second. I'll leave that like that, and then you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to fit the valve now. I need to work out which way I want to have it, so it's going to end up sitting like that. So screwing that in as it is should be fine. Just unscrew it so I can get it over that lump. I might have to remove it and then refit it, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Put that onto there. Onto there. Now I'm just going to fit that, and it twists round and into place. And then we reconnect the wires. Easy. Let's just find them first. May not stay still, this valve. I may have to try and adapt it to fit properly, but we'll see how we go. So that's now reattached. The valve is not actually fitted in properly, that's why. Twist that like that. There we go, that's better. That's actually held into place there now, so that's it really. Keep an eye on this now. Go and reattach the water. The valve's all fitted now. Remove that screwdriver. Going to run a quick test. Into the drawer here. Water's back on. Filling it nicely. That's pre-wash. And the water's good. Softens good. Excellent. So there we go. That was changing the valve on this Tricity Bendix. I've had it running. Seems to be all good. Doesn't seem to be letting by. I've been checking it the last few hours. Job well done, I'd say. Thanks for watching.